Hey, Warrior Saints, Father Chris here. Welcome to our Crucifixion Life. I'm glad to have you beautiful people with us. Yesterday, Greg Dunn did it. He crushed it. If you didn't watch his live stream from yesterday, go back, watch it, and then come back and watch today. He was talking about a lot of things, using politics as kind of the intro, the metaphor, and how the soul of these people is eroding, or eroded already, and that we don't want to get into that, and don't just vote for the lesser of two evils. I mean, let's follow the commandments of God and be, Warrior Saints. He crushed it. I loved it. Spurred my thoughts, made me think a lot about doing that very thing. And one of the things that I have found and noticed in life is who we surround ourselves with, right? Well, I'm going to talk to you in the future about what we consume, all the things we consume, meaning the food that we eat, the poor quality food, and also the consumption of social media and all the kind of stuff that we consume in that way. What I'm interested in today is the people, those that we surround ourselves with, and the consumption of their thoughts and ideas and all of this kind of stuff. And some of the people we know are very wise, and some are probably very foolish. I mean, maybe I am. Who knows? However, it should be for us, and this is, I think, important for you as my Warrior Saints. Look, make sure you always sit with warriors. Right? Let me tell you what I mean. I found this meme, now that I'm bashing memes, right? But I found this meme. I thought it was great. I saved it somewhere. I wanted to pop it on the screen, but I can't find it. It said, forgive me, I'm going to get it wrong, but like when you're around the fire, always sit with warriors. The conversation is better. And I was like, oh, I like that. Because when you're sitting with men of action or women of action around the fire, the conversation is obviously going to be different than those who are always sitting on their couch eating Doritos, watching Netflix, right? Like, you could think about it like this. And really, the book of Proverbs tells us, I mean, before that meme came out, Proverbs said the very same thing in much more eloquent and divine manner. In chapter 13, so Proverbs, as you know, is all about wisdom, and its opposite is folly or foolishness. Wisdom is abiding by God's commandments, and it leads to life. Foolishness or folly leads to destruction and even, perdition, right? It uses this word. In chapter 13, Chapter 13, verse 20, Proverbs says the following: "He who walks with wise men becomes wise, but the companion of fools will suffer harm." Right? So he who walks with the wise is going to become wise, but if you hang out with foolish people, you're going to suffer harm, right? Like it actually in Hebrew says be undone, right? Like, so in other words, it's that destruction that we're trying to avoid. And really what the proverbist is saying is that who you surround yourself with matters. And so one thing I would suggest to you, which is something that we do on our team here, Warrior Saints, but also the pastoral team for the community that Greg and I serve, is that every day we fight. Every day. And you may be saying to yourself, Father, you're always telling us not to fight. That's correct. Why do I do it then? Here's what we do. We fight every day about ideas. So we're thinking and working through thoughts and ideas. And though we don't fight or scream and yell at one another, what I mean by using that word is that we are working through thoughts and ideas. Sometimes we don't agree with one another. Sometimes we don't even agree with the position we've taken, but we're fighting through these ideas to find the truth that God has revealed to us. Why do I tell you this? Is not simply to brag. I love it. I'm thankful to Jesus, the sweet Lord Jesus, every day that I have the team that I do, because it gives me that opportunity with other people to work through ideas. But the best part of the team is that each and every one of us is a warrior around the fire. Not any single one of us is the couch potato binging Netflix, eating Doritos, right? Some of us watch Netflix. Some of us eat Doritos, of course. But in our hearts and our minds, we are trying to be the warriors around the fireplace. We're not looking to just accept and absorb everything that the world is throwing at us. And as you know, the world, like the stuff that's out there is like, come on, man. Like, can you really, like, are we so blind to the wool that's been pulled over our eyes that we accept everything that comes out there? I would encourage you to find a small network of people, and small, I mean like 5 people. You don't need a group of 50. Great to have it as well, but really have that small group of people who are there with you, and willing to fight with you about ideas. You may come to no decisions. You may come to no conclusions, but the process, the exercise of thinking and fighting, it is leading unto wisdom. Better. And here's the key, which that verse from Proverbs tells us. If you can find yourself around other people who are wiser than you, smarter, better than you, you're going to be way ahead than if you get into a fight over ideas with someone who is a fool, right? That foolishness, as it says, will lead to destruction. So see if you can, and we say it all the time in our ministry, to reach up. Find people who are better than you, smarter than you, and surround yourselves with them. You never want to be the smartest gal or the smartest guy in the room. Always be at the bottom, right? Because then you are putting yourselves around people who are going to stretch you and push you and make you think and ask hard questions. And in and of itself, you're going to find yourself hopefully growing towards wisdom in your own way. All right, I've rambled enough. I hope that made sense. I hope you take it seriously. Find people to fight with. Maybe we'll fight together, right? Like, I mean, let's do it. If you want to put stuff in the comments, like, hey, I was thinking about this idea or this idea. What do you think? Let's fight. I mean, let's push it, because we're looking to find not what you think or what I think or what he thinks, but what God thinks. All right, love you. We'll be back tomorrow. Have a great day. As always, keep walking on the way of the warrior saint.